Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. Today we're gonna jump into another GTO trainer session. This is a spot where we play all kinds of different GTO spots and learn how to make better decisions. Today we're gonna play the big blind call versus button open. This is a tournament spot played on 50 big blind stacks where we are the big blind player calling open raise from the button. So let's jump right into it. This is gonna be our half mark session because after this one we're gonna be at 250 hands hand mark. So yeah, for our first hand we have 3-4 off, so we're gonna check on the Jack 10 King board, and the villain checks behind. We're gonna check again on the Ace of Clubs, and solver's doing quite a bit of betting here, 35% of the time. We're gonna fold to the villain's bet. Queen 6 off on a 9-6-6. We're gonna check. We can see the solver's doing a fair bit of betting here. We're gonna bet on the Ace of Spades. We're gonna bet third of the pot, and we should actually overbet it here. Betting a third of the pot is a medium easy loss and just 0.29% of the strategy. Good to know. Queen 3 suited on a King 5-8. We're gonna check and fold. Jack 6 off on a 10-7. We're gonna check and fold again. 8 Jack off on a 4-Ace-3. We're gonna check and fold. Ace 9 suited on an 8-9-8. Is that a bet sometimes? Probably. Yeah, 25% of the time we should be betting here. Villain bets 2, so we're gonna raise it up. And yeah, this is a spot where the solver really likes to raise it. I've come to learn that playing the previous 225 hands. We're gonna check on the King of Hearts now, and we can see the solver's doing 40% of betting here. Deuce of diamonds on the river, and are we betting this? I think so. Or should we just check? I think we're gonna try and bet and don't bet it here. And it is the ideal action play 94% of the time. The villain shoves. And let's think if we should call this here or fold. I kind of think we should call here sometime, at least. I'm gonna fold. Yeah, we should call 28.5% here and fold 71. So it is, somewhat close spot. But yeah, 5-10 of diamonds on an 8 Queen Jack. It's gonna be a check. And is that going to be a call? I think so. Yeah. Another 8 on the turn. Is that a card that we sometimes bet? Maybe let's try overbetting. Yeah, it is. Perfect. 38%, 39%. We should overbet it here when the 8 falls with our hand. Villain falls. 6-5 off on an Ace-Deuce-8. Gonna check and fold. Pocket deuces on Queen 3-5. It's gonna be a check and call. 10 of clubs on the turn. We're gonna check again. Villain checks behind. 4 of spades on the river. And I think we're checking. And the villain's got pocket sevens. 4-6 off on a 4-7 queen. It's gonna be a check. Villain checks behind. King of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna check. We should be doing 28% of betting here on the king. And a 3 of hearts on the river means we're gonna check. And we should be doing 44% of betting here. And probably if we're betting, we're donk betting. 7-9 off on an ace 5-5 is a check. Villain checks behind. Another ace on the turn. Do we sometimes bet here? I'm gonna check. No, we don't bet here at all. And we're folding definitely to the bet. King deuce of diamonds on a 5-10-8. We're checking. Villain checks behind. Another 8 on the turn. We're gonna check again. And fold to the bet. 10-9 off on a king 7-8. I'm gonna check and call the bet. 10 on the turn. We're gonna check again. And are we calling the bet now? I think so. Yeah, we should be calling 98% of the time here. And a 5 of diamonds on the river means we're gonna check it, I think. Yeah, we should. And the villain shoves. So I think we have to fold. Yeah, 92%. Should be folding here. King deuce off on a 7, queen 7. We're checking. Villain checks behind. Another queen on the turn. We're gonna bet 2 here, I think. But yeah, it should be check most of the time. We got called. And we're gonna donk bet it again. The villain folds actually, so it worked. 5-3 off on a 4 tray queen. We're gonna check and call. Ace on the turn. Do we sometimes bet it here? Probably, but I'm gonna check. Nope, we don't. We're folding to the bet. And surprisingly, we're only folding here 62% of the time. 5-8 on a deuce 8-5. We're gonna check. Villain checks behind. Another deuce on the turn. We're gonna overbet it. Yeah. We get called. Jack of diamonds on the river. And should we bet here? Should we check? I think I'm gonna check. And we should actually bet 3/4 here, 94% of the time. Checking is a very rare play by the solver here. Yeah, we should continue betting, bet 3/4 on such a run out. Good to know. 6-5 off on a jack 3 ace is a check and a fold. Ace 6 on a 10-10-8 is a check. And call with ace high here or fold? I think we call one bet, right? Yeah, but just 18% of the time. Ace of spades on the turn. We're gonna check. Villain checks behind. We've got a queen of diamonds on the river. And I think we bet it here. But how much? Probably a dong bet, right? Or maybe bet 7. Okay, it should actually be a check 81% of the time. And if we're betting, it shouldn't be a 3/4 pot bet. It's a small EV loss, but yeah, almost non-existent play in the solver's arsenal. So probably it's a dong bet or it's an overbet. Probably it's an overbet actually. But yeah, we got called by an ace, so we split the pot. 4-6 off on an 8-3-8 is a check. Villain checks behind, ace on the turn. We're probably checking here. Okay, we should be betting 8 20% of the time, checking 61, but we're folding to the bet. Jack 5 on a 10 ace 7, it's gonna be a check, fold. Jack 4 of hearts on a 9-10-3 is gonna be a check, fold as well. King 4 of hearts on a queen 5-3, it's a check and a call. Okay, it's a check raise actually, 94% of the time. Just 6% we should be calling here. I need to get those check raises in order. Now there's a deuce on the turn. And do we bet this? Or do we check? I would like to bet here, I think, so I'm gonna bet 11. But it's a bad play to bet 11 here. We should rather be checking 80% of the time. Or if we're betting, perhaps it's an overbet instead of betting 3/4. And now the villain shoves, and do we call it here? I think so. With our flush and straight draws. Let's see if we hit it. Oh yeah, we do hit it. Yep. King 4 of diamonds on a 10-8-8. We're gonna check. Villain checks behind. We're checking again on the 3 of diamonds. And we should be betting here 22% of the time. Over betting actually. Villain now bets 2 and we're folding. 8-7 on an 8-deuce-8. We're gonna check. And call or re-raise? I think call, right? Okay, call is just 20% of the strategy, so we should be re-raising here 80% of the time. 3 of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna check again. And this time I think raise it to 21. Or again call it. Let's see. I think we gotta call it here. Okay, we should be raising. Can't seem to hit it. However, I try. And what do we do now when the board pairs on the river? Do we shove it? Do we bet 3/4? Do we try to go for a third check in the row? Probably we gotta bet now. So I'm gonna try and shove it. And surprisingly, it should just be a dong bet. Ideally, 16% of the time. 11% the solver is shoving. So the most of the strategy I think is either checking or betting 3/4. But the villain folds. Jack 9 off on a 5-8 king. We're gonna check and fold. And we've played our 25 hands for the day, so Let's exit the session and whoa, the best score so far, only minus 12 BBs of EV loss. We've had this one hand on minus 1.25 where we bet instead of checking. And that's it. So whoa, actually if it wasn't for this hand it would even be a better score. So I'm very glad to see that we're catching up at least at the halfway mark. So that's great. I hope we can have all the other sessions till the end of this spot with such a score. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video and if you stayed this long especially, please leave a comment below. Just write GTO or ask any question you might have. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Do you want to learn how to play PLO? Are you a beginner player who's never played Omaha before? Do you want to learn how to crush casual players easily? If so, this course is perfect for you. It's a crash course on Pot Limit Omaha dedicated for beginner players. You will learn all the fundamentals of PLO. You will learn what hands to play, when to play them, and how to play them. You will learn the basic strategies that allow you to be a winning player at your home games or microstakes online. If you want to learn PLO quickly and easily, get this course now at gokupoker.com.